There is a new addition to the cityscape in downtown Portsmouth. The city unveiled a mural depicting the Battle of Craney Island. It's the largest mural in the historic downtown neighborhood. The battle ended the War of 1812 between the U.S. and Great Britain. Coincidentally, the Lord Mayor of Portsmouth, England, was in town for the unveiling. He says being there is a small representation of how far the two countries have come since the war.
So it's great that we are still having this friendship kindled going forward. We have been together more than we've been apart. So it's great that we're able to share this history together. And every family has their ups and downs. So
now, if that mural looks familiar to you, that's because a variation of it used to be on the Cedar Grove Cemetery wall.